We begin tonight with more tragedy in the brush country.
Yeah, we're learning today about a new death in Brooks County, one of 3 dozen bodies of immigrants found in that county just this year. We're going to begin here at the top with what we know tonight.
Brooks County Sheriff's deputies discovered the body of a woman in the western part of the county. She was found on the Los Palos Ranch between County Roads 107 and 108. Deputies believe she is from El Salvador and was left behind by a group. The details remain limited still, but the woman is the 36th migrant found dead so far this year in the brush of Brooks County ranch lands.
Now tonight, our Michael Gibson speaks with a Border Patrol agent about the situation there and in counties like Brooks. And that's where Sheriff Benny Martinez says helicopters are being used to pursue and stop human smugglers on the highways.
Our numbers have been going up steadily every month for the last 5-6 months. At the end of April, the RGV had over 221,000 apprehensions, and out of those 221,000, about 107,000 were single adults.
Border Patrol agent Jesse Moreno says that those single adults were trying to avoid capture. The other 51% of the total were immigrant mothers and children.
Right now, we are still seeing families crossing the borders in groups of 100, 150.
Moreno also said that Border Patrol is still using Title 42 as part of the CDC COVID guidelines to be able to send people back to Mexico.
Some individuals will be processed with a notice to appear and then have to be amenable to be able to be allowed into the U.S. under terms that they need to go to an immigration judge.
As far as drug and human smuggling, Agent Moreno says Border Patrol is doing everything it can to try and stop those operations. Brooks County Sheriff Benny Martinez says many of those smugglers are still getting through, though.
These guys, they know how to come in terms of when the shift changes occurring at the checkpoint. They know that law enforcement presence is kind of limited on the north end. So, because all the assets are on the south end.
Sheriff Martinez tells 3 News his department is still involved in up to 4 bailouts a day. He says that on some days, there's so many human smugglers on the highway that helicopters from DPS, National Guard, and Border Patrol have all been up in the air, helping to pursue and try to stop those vehicles. Michael Gibson, 3 News.
And the man who heads the South Texas Human Rights Center in Brooks County is calling on the government to do more when it comes to the border. Eddie Canales is the executive director of the organization. On a daily basis, Canales says his group is working with migrant families, much of that work focusing on reuniting family members who've made it to South Texas but may still be missing. He also places large blue water barrels, as you see here, on ranches throughout Brooks County for the migrants. Canales says it's time for the country's immigration policy to finally be fixed.
We need to look at alternatives, regularization pathways in terms of getting people, labor mobility to come in and do the job, sign in, do clearance check, background checks and everything. Let people go about and get their job and do the job that people that is essential in this country. It's not rocket science.
Area Congressman Vicente Gonzalez is part of a group of lawmakers who've asked the Biden administration to come up with a more safe and orderly process to bring migrants to the country searching for work.